And good evening, plebeians. It is Friday night here at RCM, and we have a very special edition of RCM On Tap this evening. Joining me, as always, are Killer McCoy and Biomed Alchemist. And in fourth and fifth chair tonight, we have some very special guests coming from the Christmas Story House Museum right here in Cleveland, are Brandon and Angie.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So yeah, we are, 2 weeks away from the big day. I know you guys have been super busy over at the Christmas Story House, but I really love the story of how this place came to be, like in the first place. And you know, Brandon, I've known you for a couple of years now, and it's just it never ceases to amaze me how, I mean, and it's a really cool place too. I mean, I've been there and gone through the tour a couple of times as well, and it's just so neat, the detail that is put in there. So I'm really excited to get to talk to you guys about that. So Angie, you're the CEO of the museum. If I remember right, you've been there about 11 years. How did you get involved with the Christmas Story House?
Well, the house is owned by Annie and Brandon.
Wait, hold.
You might want to get a little closer there, Angie.
A little closer.
Sure. So the house is owned by Annie and Brandon.
A little bit closer.
Before, and he made it
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't hear. I didn't hear a word you said there.
One more time. We're getting kind of Charlie Brown parent mode there for most of it. So.
Okay, can you hear us now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, Brandon.
All right, try.
I guess he's just got a more powerful voice because I'm sitting right next to him.
There we go.
There we go. It's a
All
you don't worry about
So
it.
sorry about that, guys. So no, what I was saying was Brian Jones, when he bought the house, had never been to Cleveland before, and he was just needing some help. And so I came on. I was the second person that he signed on to help with the project.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, like, I know that, so he was all the way out in San Diego when this house came on the market, and he bought it sight unseen just because he loved the movie that much. So, had you known each other before this, or was it just, you were in Cleveland and...
Yeah, no, we did not know each other. None of us did. We just heard about him, just everybody else on the radio and TV and all the interviews. And a good friend of mine was actually the person that reached out to him and said that he'd like to help. And then from then on, I joined on the team as well.
Very neat. So you've been there from the very beginning then?
Yeah, I started the fall. He bought the house in beginning of 2005, and I started that fall when he was doing his fundraising for the renovations.
That's pretty, and you have those photos on your website too, all the renovations that you guys have done on achristmasstoryhouse.com, and it's just, from where you guys started and where you are now is just amazing to me that you guys got that much detail put back into the place, and just all of the stuff that's been done. I mean, it really, when you're walking through there, looks like you're in the movie house and you're in as part of that movie. It just superbly awesome. So, Brandon, how did you get involved with the Christmas Story House?
Well, I was actually stationed in the military, Brian, back in, a long time ago, back in like 2000. And so we've been friends for a while. And then I got out of the military in 2013 and was bouncing around a little bit. And he said, "Why don't you come work for me down in Cleveland?" I said, "I don't want to come to Cleveland." He said, "No, you really do." And I'm like, "All right, let's do it." So I've been here for about 2 years now.
Very cool. Very cool.
But no, I've loved it. I mean, I really do love Cleveland. I didn't know anything about it before I got here, but it's been really great.
And we're very glad to have you too, because I remember when you first came up, because you were from Georgia originally, and just the culture shock, I think, was a little much for you at first, but you adapted very well. So
Well, I did spend 20 years in the Navy traveling the world, so it wasn't too much of a culture shock.
Yeah, goes meet strange places.
I'm sorry, there's no stranger place on this planet than Cleveland, Ohio. I mean,
Yeah,
we've...
Fair
really
point.
think it's got to be something in the water
Well, the lake is Erie. I mean...
Or on top of it.
on top of it.
Right on the surface, just waiting to be lit.
You didn't have to go there.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
God.
What, you want to be on camera too, Wolfie?
I told you Wolfie would show up at some point.
There.
Killer's now gone.
Oh.
There's the dog.
She does not
There.
like it. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
There she is.
It's okay, Wolfie. Baron's not here.
Yeah, Baron is here. Baron's in
There's nothing else
chat.
this week.
Baron's in chat being salty.
Is he? Of course he is.
Baron's in chat saying, we're so badass we can make water burn. That's...
Okay, you want down.
Sadly
You want
accurate.
down. Yeah, Wolfie's getting heavy now. She's like 18 pounds. Sorry. So back to the actual guest we have.
And no, Killer, that's rude. How dare you?
Now, if I remember correctly, the house you guys are at now was the outside shots for the movie, but they did use a different house for the interior shots. Is that correct?
Not quite.
Not quite. Okay.
The interior shots were used for film. All the exterior work. The house on that side, you put all your equipment and production crew and everybody in there. So several scenes were inside scenes just on a sound stage. This is for pretty much any movie. A little fun thing I like to tell when I give tours is to watch the windows and doors in movies.
Oh.
Watch it. Curtains are open. You're in Cleveland. Curtains are closed on a sound stage because you have to see outside.
Angie, I hate to say it. I barely caught half of that for some reason. You might want to check your mic again. Sorry.
Hey, Killer, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I don't know what's going on. That's weird.
Sorry. She was just saying that the way the movie was set up, as far as the house and all that, is that they did shoot some scenes inside the house.
Oh, okay.
And the way you can tell in the movie is that if the curtains are open and you can see outside, that's was shot inside the house. If they were closed, then it was shot on a soundstage.
Oh, okay. Now that makes sense.
Interesting.
Now. Okay.
So there was some shots, all the outside shots, like the backyard with Black Bart, and when he's standing out front looking at the leg lamp and the lamp being delivered, all that was shot outside here in Cleveland, of course.
Okay. Because I know where I heard it was like shot at two different places. I guess it was because they did shoot it on some scenes on set. I guess that's where I heard the story from.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Anyone else come on by? You got a question? You know, you got a question.
Oh, I have plenty of questions.
Go. It's your turn.
Go for it, Bio.
So what makes A Christmas Story so? I mean, as far as I recall, the movie didn't do all that well, on the initial release, but it became, a cult classic. And now it's like, TBS, or is either TBS or TNT. They have it all day on Christmas now. So what do you think kind of, drove that?
Well, let me first start. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you this time.
All right, before I get far into it. Bob Clark, the director, was not known for Christmas movies. He was kind of a B horror film. He did Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. He was also well known for Porky's. So he wasn't your Christmas movie guy. So when he made A Christmas Story, the studio was just like, whatever, Bob. They wanted a Porky's too, so they threw him a little bit of money so he could make this movie that he'd been begging the studio for years. So when it was released, it was only released for about 2 weeks and in just a handful of theaters. It actually did really well in those theaters, but because it wasn't out for very long and the studio didn't care, it never gained any kind of attention until later on, like we all know, the 24-hour marathon.
I think it reminds me of another Christmas movie, the one with what's his name? It's the 40s, 50s one.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life.
Thank you. Why I was blanking. Yeah, that one didn't do very well too, but now it's like it's a staple of Christmas. You have to watch it. So.
Yeah, Christmas Story is definitely a classic.
Yeah.
You know, it's even with everybody on Netflix and everything else, it's still the number one rented movie on video.
Oh wow.
Excuse me.
Well, we just lost Killer again, running after the dog. He'll be back. He's raising a husky puppy, and she's about 8 weeks old now. So she doesn't quite understand that from 9:30 to 10:30 on Friday nights, Daddy's occupied.
That's all right. It's just like the Bumpus Hounds in the movie. They come in when they want to.
Exactly. Oh, well, neat. So I actually had just some Christmassy questions for you guys. Just general things. I didn't realize until later this afternoon that today is actual National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. And if I'd have known this ahead of time, I would have properly prepared for the On Tap guests and listeners. But do you have any ugly Christmas sweaters? And if so, what are they like?
We do, and of course, it has a leg lamp on it.
That's great. Yeah, I think I see. So I dropped the link in chat for everybody to see how to get here. But yeah, so I see the store.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you have the bunny pajamas and the slippers.
Of course.
Just
the pink nightmare.
Yeah, I see the sweater vest here with the. Oh no, that's the full. Yeah, that's the full sweater with the leg lamp, it's a major award.
Yep. And there's some ugly sweater leggings as well if you want the full body experience.
Wow.
Oh, and there's one fragile with with the leg lamp for the eye.
There's literally something for everyone.
You're not kidding. I'm still scrolling, and there's like a replica Flicks hat. There's the elf hat.
Well, if you haven't been down to our gift shop yet, you have to go. It's about 3,500 square feet of as much a Christmas Story merchandise that you can even imagine. Absolutely everything.
So, Bio,
Very interesting.
Since you have never been to Cleveland yet,
I've never.
And I keep hounding you about that. I'm just saying, because you guys, you do tours all year, don't you?
We do. We're open 7 days a week, and we only close on major holidays, and we have yet to have a day where nobody has come by. I mean, there's always somebody. Even the other day when we had all that snow, about 2 feet, we had 7 people waiting at the door. I mean, we're shoveling just to get their cars in, and they're ready to go. They came from out of town and wanted to see Ralphie's house.
Wow.
So where's you have if I remember right, a map or a book somewhere in the downstairs part of the museum where the guest book where people write in like the different places they've come from.
We do.
Where's some of the farther places that people have come to just to see Ralphie's house?
We had I believe it was a gymnastics team from South Africa. A group of girls had come. Not a month ago, we had a family from Holland. We had a family from Germany a few weeks ago. I mean, literally, people come from all over the world to see this.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is.
See, Killer, I can take you next time.
And I'm surprised you didn't take me the last time I was up in Cleveland.
Yeah, why didn't you think of that?
Exactly.
We were kind of booked solid with all the things that you wanted to do. We were.
Priorities.
Well,
you gotta go by.
We're kidnapping Bio this summer, and we can take him and go,
Allegedly.
and it will be fun.
Sounds like a plan.
You guys are
So
welcome.
now, when the house was bought, how much did it take to get it back to its original state? So you see houses like this all the time where, you know, it just goes back up on the market after the film's done and it sells and people actually live in it, or maybe it just goes unoccupied. So what did it take to get it back to canon, as it were?
Canon.
For the movie?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, when Brian bought it, you know, it was a couple brothers that owned it. They had inherited it from their brother. They just didn't want it. You know, what are they going to do with this house? But knew it was from the movie, so they thought they'd throw it on eBay. And that's how Brian had heard about it. And he called them up and offered them $150,000 if they took the listing off eBay and sell it to him. Houses in the neighborhood at that time were going for about $20,000 to $40,000. So it was, but he was from California, and the housing market's very different out there. So he comes to Cleveland. He's never been here before. He walks up to the house. It's got blue vinyl siding, brand new windows. You know, these brothers put all this work into getting the house ready to sell, like we all do when we've sold our houses.
Oh my God.
And Brian's like, that's not how I want it. And so he had to completely renovate it, took all that siding down, had to gut the inside, went frame by frame of the movie, every little detail, and that cost him an additional $240,000.
Wow.
Damn.
So it took a while.
I bet. Especially going frame by frame and trying to, you know, get things in the right place and
everything,
like the furniture inside.
Everything down to the light switches is as close as possible to the movie. And it's been difficult because the movie was filmed in the 80s, but set in the 40s. So a lot of the stuff that they used in the studio and on set were thrift store finds that were already, you know, old, right? So now we're coming at it 30 years later, trying to recreate everything. So it's been difficult. You know, for those who come back year after year, there's always something new and different. So it's, you know, it's been a lot of fun to see where we can improve and work on those details. And, you know, the super fans certainly tell us the things that we still need to get. And, you know, so it's always a work in progress.
When they say, like, these super fans saying, oh, you're missing this or missing that, do you have, like, two different categories? You have the ones who are, like, one's, like, super, you're missing this, guys, you're just sucking, like, or you have the ones that are like, oh, by the way, you guys are missing this particular piece. I know where you can find it.
We do get a lot of that. When we actually first opened, just about everything we had was donations.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, get into Grandma's attic and see what she's got. And, you know, so we filled the home with those kinds of antique finds and then slowly kind of replace them out with the exact matches. It's, you know, it's definitely been a labor of love. And, you know, some fans come in and they're like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And then you get some that are like, well, you know, this is missing that, or this isn't the right year. But we appreciate all of that because none of us were around in the 40s.
Right.
So it's been helpful, you know, when you have some of those older families that say, you know what, I grew up with this stove. It's actually this model, or, you know, things like that. It just only helps improve the museum.
Absolutely. Now, is the Little Orphan Annie decoder ring in this house?
We do have the decoder pin. It's in the museum. We actually have a whole display of Orphan Annie decoder pins. It's really interesting because in the movie, we know now it was based in 1940, but they don't actually say that anywhere in the movie. And the Orphan Annie decoder pin was the only definitive clue that told us what year this was, because every year they came out with a different model. So it was the 1940 Speedomatic that tells us it's 1940.
Nice.
Actually,
I'm marveling at that.
I'm looking on your website at the different pins where you have them here. We have the 35 all the way up to 39, which is the one from the film, or the 40. No, 1940 was the one.
You're right, correct, 1940.
Fascinating.
Yep,
It's
so
cool to see all the different images of them, you know, progressing through the years.
it is. It's really interesting, and we've got so much stuff in the museum. I mean, I definitely encourage you guys to come by and check it out, from costumes and behind the scenes photos. And 2 years ago, we actually got the actual BB gun from the movie, which was the holy grail. That was the one thing we'd been looking for and hadn't found. And, we were talking about those fans earlier, and the BB gun actually came to us from a Facebook fan that just happened to come across it in an auction house in California. It was just completely by chance, and they sent us a Facebook message, and within 24 hours, it was ours.
That's cool.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking.
I hope nobody has shot their eye out with it.
No, the BB gun in the house that people play with, we've taken the trigger out, so nobody can shoot their eye out.
Well, I mean, if it was just an icicle, we'll go along with it.
Those icicles have been known to kill people.
Yeah.
That's true.
I seem to remember in Die Hard 2 that happening to someone.
Die Hard 2.
Bit of a Christmas classic. So I understand you guys do a Christmas Story 5K, 10K run. So what's the story behind that?
It started in 2013, so this was our 4th year. Okay. We just wanted to come up with something fun. These themed races seem to be really popular, and what's more popular than a Christmas story? So we coincided with our foundation. So it's a 100% for charity race for our foundation. And we get about 6,000 people come every year.
Oh, wow.
There's a different theme. This past year was the year of Randy, so we had actor Ian Petrella out. So he signed everybody's race medals and had a meet and greet, and
nice.
It was a lot of fun.
Very nice.
Did everybody have to run the marathon with their arms out, because they couldn't get them down?
Not everybody, but there were plenty of people who did. Everybody's in costume, from leg lamps to the snowsuit, and we had one lady dressed up as a plate of mashed potatoes. It's hysterical. Yeah.
It's amazing.
So we actually had some questions in the chat.
Bring
one of them, and you kind of mentioned this with Randy coming in to the 5K run, but have any of the other actors gone on tours around the house since you guys opened it?
Yeah, most of the boys have come. We've had Scott Schwartz, who played Flick, and Zach Ward, who was the bully, Yano Anaya, who was the little toady, Ian Petrella, which was Randy. I mean, so all the boys, they've been out. We've had, from our first fundraising year all the way up till this year, I mean, we always have different conventions or meet and greets and all sorts of different things. Like I said, Randy was just out, and then Zach Ward was out this summer because he just filmed, made some Halloween movie, and he was in Cleveland promoting that, so he stopped by for a couple days at the house. So we've got a great relationship with all of them, and whenever they're around, they stop by.
Huh.
Yeah, and actually tomorrow, Saturday, the evil elf, Patty Johnson's going to be at the museum signing autographs. So if anybody wants to come by, that's from 10 to 2.
Fantastic.
Nice. So every time you have the actors and actresses actually would do a kind of a movie like that, don't want to be remembered because of that movie, actually enjoy the fans of the movie and celebrate the movie they were in.
They do. For a lot of these kids, this was their first big movie. Mm-hmm. They were children, 8, 9 years old. And many have gone on to have very successful careers in film. So this is exciting for them. That was their big break.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a foundation earlier, along with the marathon 5K, 10K run. Is that just to keep the house maintained and to...
No.
What's the story behind the foundation?
It actually has nothing to do with the house itself. Okay. We've been very fortunate over the past 10 years to just grow and be incredibly successful. And it all started with us restoring Ralphie's house. And we had decided, it's time to take that good fortune and turn it back onto the neighborhood. We're right smack dab in the center of a residential neighborhood in one of Cleveland's oldest town. So, I mean, these homes were built in the 1800s, and a lot of them need a little bit of love. So we started in 2013. Homeowners in the area can apply for grants up to $10,000 each year, and they can get work done on their house. So new roofs and siding, porch repairs, gutters, whatever they need. We've installed a handicap ramp for a veteran. So there's lots of different funds that they can apply for work. So really we're working on restoring Ralphie's neighborhood now, not just his house. And so far in the 3 years, we've put $216,000 back into the neighborhood.
That's phenomenal.
That is phenomenal.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's something we're really, really super proud of.
Yeah, I mean, old neighborhoods, they'll rot if they're left unmaintained.
They are. I mean, Ralphie's house was built in 1895, and most of the homes were also of that age. We put a roof on a house 2 years ago that had the original slate roof from when it was built 110 years ago. So although these houses were built to last, they weren't built to last forever. So, it's the neighbors are really, really excited about the work that's going on there.
That's nice. That's really nice. Not many organizations I could think of, hey, we're good and everything. We'll take this extra money and put more into the organizations. Like, no, we're good enough.
Right.
What's spread the good cheer and charity we've gotten over the years. That's really nice.
Well, figure a lot of these people, they can't even get in their driveways.
Yeah.
We get 65,000 visitors each year.
It is
and they're parked everywhere.
Mm.
So this is a nice way to say thank you to those neighbors for supporting us.
Or in the cynical sense, like, this is hush money. Shh, just be quiet. Don't complain anymore.
Exactly.
For shame, Killer. For shame.
Believe it or not, nobody has ever complained in the 10 years we've been here. The neighbors have been so wonderful. The kids, they'll go out and put their little Ovaltine stands out. We had one little boy, his dog had puppies, so he was selling his Bumpus dogs. And I mean, everybody in the neighborhood gets into this.
That's really cool.
Uh-huh.
Well done.
Guys, do you have any other questions that are specific to A Christmas Story house before I move on to...
I want to see if the chat had
going
on.
They had some, and then...
Oh, you guys are looking that up. I have a question. Have you, probably it's on the site, but I didn't get a chance to look at the site. Do you guys reenact some of the scenes from the movie at the museum for visitors at times?
We don't necessarily reenact for the visitors, but what's unique about our museum is that it's completely interactive. You go to a lot of museums and everything's behind velvet rope.
Right.
In our museum, you can climb under the kitchen sink and pick up that BB gun and climb into Ralphie and Randy's beds. You get to play with everything. I mean, nothing is off limits. So although the tour guides aren't reenacting, there are plenty of fans coming through that are doing all that heavy lifting for us.
They're welcome to put on the bunny suits or stand on the stairs.
What was that, Brandon?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we didn't hear you.
Oh, no, I'm saying they're welcome to put on bunny suits and caps and all that stuff. It's really interactive.
I need a bunny suit.
Oh, that's nuts.
What I'm hearing is that Killer needs to get under the sink and be upset, and then Baroness can say, "What's wrong? Baron's gonna go Wolfie."
Jesus Christ. I don't think do they know about the Wolfie story?
They do not know about the Wolfie story.
Oh, we'll have to tell them offline.
The only Wolfie story that they have heard is your Wolfie, and that's that she's an 8-week. How old is she now?
She's about 3 months.
Oh my goodness!
Over 3 months, yeah. As I said, I just took it to the vet this week.
I was saying 8
pounds.
weeks because that seems like how long it's been, but no. I suppose
No.
you're right.
Yeah.
Time's going by too fast.
Yeah.
Well, if Killer's getting under the sink bio, that means you have to get in the bunny suit.
There we go. Suck it.
I would make that trade just to stop at the stairs and go, I'm not going to wear this.
I can see you doing that too. That petulant look on your face.
That would work.
It would.
It does.
That'd be acting. Maybe reality.
All right. Baron had a question in chat. What did Brian love so much about the movie that it made him want the house so badly?
Brian was just a fan like all of us. His family watched A Christmas Story every year. It was just part of their family tradition. When he was in the Navy, he wanted to be a fighter pilot and failed the vision exam to get into flight school. And he was so bummed out, his parents made him a leg lamp to try and cheer him up. And it just kind of took off from there. The little light bulb went off in his head, and he started making leg lamps for all his buddies on base right in his living room. And then right around the time that he was doing that, the house went up for sale. So it was just this perfect alignment of things that made everything happen.
It's almost like it was meant to be.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez. I'm surprised his parents didn't give him a BB gun. It's like, see, you shot your eye out. That's why you can't be a fighter pilot or something like that.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
terrible.
that's the story was going.
That's fucking
Really,
like it.
I was.
That's terrible.
Because that's what I would have done.
That's funny. I was stationed in San Diego with him when he started making the leg lamps, and none of us thought it'd ever get off the ground. And it's just exploded from there.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, I think the movie just taps into something that all families kind of relate to in some form or fashion.
Well, exactly. I mean, for Ralphie, he wanted that BB gun, and for Brian, he wanted into flight school. And for all of us, we've all desperately wanted something so bad we could just feel it. Mm-hmm. And it's relatable and nostalgic, and, whether it's you've got an old man, like, in the movie, or you had that oh fudge kind of scene with your dad where you let one slip. Every single scene in the movie is relatable to everybody, and that's why everybody loves Christmas Story so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there any more questions in the chat?
We're gonna let chat kind of mull on whatever questions that they want to answer, because we do have time for that. But Bio, do you have I have D20, but I don't want to roll it on the same table with the microphone because that's going to be loud.
Hold on, I'll do it.
We have
do it for science.
Hold on, I'll do it.
So Brandon and Angie, what we typically do towards the second half of On Tap is we have a magic hat full of random questions that we pull from the hat. We don't know what's going to come out, but we share them with our guests and have sort of conversations around those. So
I rolled an 8.
For today, we've decided to take a Christmassy theme. And I don't have them in the hat. I am listening to you. I'm explaining something. Be quiet. So I have a list of just Christmassy conversation questions that Killer's going to graciously roll for us. And the first question that he rolled is number 8, which is, what kind of holiday shopper are you? Black Friday, Christmas Eve, year-long hoarder?
I think I'm going to go with a Cyber Monday shopper. I want to get that free shipping and get everything done right there in one swoop.
Without leaving your house.
I am all about that. I mean, I don't do all of my shopping on one day, but I'm definitely like Amazon Prime to my house. I'm all about that.
My UPS guy, I think, hates me this time of year.
Funny. How about you, Brandon? What kind of shopper are you?
I don't know. I love the advantage of Black Friday sales and stuff like that, but they just keep getting earlier and earlier. They used to be like early Friday mornings. Now they start on Thursdays, so it's supposed to screw me up.
It's almost like Cyber Week now.
I know.
Pretty much.
Yeah, very true.
I have to agree on that. It's annoying.
It is.
Bio, Baroness, what kind of shoppers are you?
Well, I answered the question, Killer.
Oh, my
So
apologies.
yeah.
Bio, what's your
I kind of
question?
did too. Yeah, I mean, it varies. There have been years where I've just happened to find something like in an antique shop or something like that, and go, "Oh yeah, that'd be perfect for someone," and
Like a lake lamp.
grab it up there. But yeah, for the most part, Cyber Monday-ish, kind of. Well, Cyber Week, as we said earlier.
Yeah. Me, whenever I can get. But for me, I have to ask my parents, or my brother, what do you want, and I will get it. Just tell them what you want, and I'll get it for. So whatever they want, I just go get it. Which now I've learned with Princess Candy, my girlfriend. It's like she doesn't like that. She wants surprises.
Yep. And they
So,
better be good surprises, Killer. I mean,
Well, we actually had to talk about this. Like we compromise. Like give me a list of things you'll want, and I'll find something from that list. You won't know what item, but it'll be something I know you would want.
I could see that's like a hybrid surprise.
Hybrid surprise. Yeah.
So is everyone
compromise.
done with their Christmas shopping?
Yes.
no.
Ha! Suck
No. I usually am by this time of year, but I've been doing so many like actually making things for people that I'm not quite done.
it. All I'm
So-
hearing is excuses. Get after it. Come on, let's go.
Well, we're so busy here at the house. If we don't get our shopping done early, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be like after New Year's gifts.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not done, so I guess you're getting your stuff after New Year's.
Oh my God. Bye. You need to click the I have Olive in the chat.
Yes.
Is that the image for our Christmas card for next year?
Yes,
I
yes,
think
it is.
may be. I think it may be.
Ah, it's hilarious.
All right, Killer, roll the dice again.
Come on, natural 20. Come on, natural 20. Goddamn, 5.
5?
5.
All right, hang on.
Apparently the rolls are not with me. Screw it, I'm going with my green dice.
What is the coolest gift you ever gave someone?
Oh, it's got to be a leg lamp, hands down.
So when my mom and her now husband started dating, oh God, years and years and years ago now.
In a galaxy far, far away.
It seems that way sometimes. This actually ties back to A Christmas Story too, because he was a huge fan of the movie, and she went because at that time, like, I don't know, she couldn't. She somewhere she saw like a little
And
miniature
before she
leg
bought him
lamp,
some Ovaltine.
and so she knew they were out, but where we lived in Pennsylvania, she wasn't an Amazon shopper at the time. She wasn't an online person at all at the time. Now she's a monster. But she went to, like, I can't even remember how, it was in the double digits number of stores, like, in this whole big, huge, like, 3-hour radius of where she lived in Pennsylvania to find a leg lamp for him for their first Christmas together. And they still have it, in the window of their cabin where they live now. So
That's awesome.
and then when she was telling me about it, because I knew about the Christmas Story house at that point, I was like, you could have just told me and I could have gone and gotten you one. But
Yeah, but then the story's not as great.
That's
you know?
true.
I like
That's
that
true.
story.
Yeah.
She had to work for it.
she really did.
Now that begs to ask a question though about the leg lamp. Was it something, just a prop they found when they were making the film and they said, we've got to put this in here in the script somehow? Or did they make it specifically for the film?
There's a couple different theories, but Gene Shepard had written it in one of his stories, and how exactly was it going to look? They were kind of trying to come up with some inspiration, and an advertisement for knee-high soda had a woman's leg with the fishnet stocking and the dress, and that was kind of like that's it moment, and then they designed it around that ad.
Nice.
Oh, that's great.
That is great.
So,
I'm trying to think of the coolest gift. Hmm.
See if it.
I think would have to be the coolest gift I ever gave was to my dad, because how I gave it to him, because he wanted an AR rifle for a long time. He was like, all right, I'll buy it for you for Christmas and everything. So I went to a gun shop, ordered it, came in, but I told him, I was like, sorry, Dad, they won't be able to get it in until after Christmas. Like, okay, no big deal. So here, but I'll buy you a couple of boxes of ammo. So when it comes in, you can go shoot it. It's like, okay, awesome. So Christmas Day, that's what the gift was, wrapped up a box of ammo and everything. It's like, oh, happy Christmas, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, hold on, Dad, I need to go outside and grab something out of the garage. I went to the garage, grabbed the rifle, and gave it to him.
Aw.
So you should have hid it behind the desk like Ralphie's dad did.
I could have done
Yes,
that.
you could have. You
I
could said,
could have.
what's that back there?
Although I did one year, I did buy him a pistol, and I put it like each piece of the pistol in a different box. Put each box in a bigger box. So it was just a giant box of all these different boxes of all each pistol piece in it.
Now
Oh,
that's funny.
mean.
I got you a
That's
puzzle.
it. Sorry,
Mixed
she
reactions
says
on
it's
that
mean.
one.
Bio. What about you,
I can't think of anything. I've been trying to.
Baroness?
It's
See-
just a different thing every year. You know,
I-
I try and I don't let people. So where you were like, give me a list, I don't do that.
No.
I refuse to take lists from people if I'm getting something from them. It's like I'm gonna think of something that I think you're gonna like.
No, that's a bad
So,
idea. That's
yeah.
a terrible idea.
No,
It's
because
worked great so far.
you have to remember something though, Killer, that if Bio likes you enough to get you a present, like if you are close enough with Bio that he is going to get you a present, a gift, then to get
I'm
to
gonna
that
get
level,
myself gifts,
he
Killer.
knows
Gotta
you well
understand.
enough that he will be able to figure out, okay, this person is going to like this sort of a thing.
Okay. Hold on.
So,
All right, Bio. What
I
gift
mean, I'm
would you get
planning
for
on
me?
sending Baroness a dead squirrel because like what her cats give her.
it was a mole, thank you.
I know it was a mole, but I wanted it to be. I don't have moles. Here.
You wanted it to be a little bit different since the cat already
You
got
wanted to
me
be
a mole.
unique.
That's what I'm
you wanted to
hearing.
be unique.
Yeah, I didn't want the cats to take credit.
Bio, where
I
are
really
you?
would. Oh, I'm in Arkansas.
You said it
Oh,
right.
gotcha. Okay.
It's Arkansas. No.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. I can't give Bio too much crap because I live in Oklahoma. We're next door neighbors.
No, that's funny.
No, I like to, as I mentioned earlier, I like to make things for people. Those are my favorite gifts to give. Is if there's something that what?
Like hard, brittle peanut butter cookies.
Ooh. It's about
I'm
to go
sorry.
down.
I'm sorry. That was not your fault. It really wasn't your fault.
It's about to go down, folks.
The look of death.
I think the
Killer,
gloves are about to come off.
I know,
interestingly enough, your Christmas box is the sole Christmas box that hasn't been mailed out yet.
I think that was
For that
I
reason.
stepped on it.
I think it was
So I'm thinking those peanut butter cookies might be a little more hard and brittle this year.
Or you could just get, other ones because Princess Candy doesn't like peanut butter.
Actually,
We can send you some expired fudge.
There you go.
thinking about sending him a box of rocks.
There you go.
Just something.
I'm
just
thinking of how
something.
I can spin this into the great fight.
Oh God.
It doesn't
into the
really
match.
take much to get Killer and I fighting, so.
No, we're
No,
talking
you
about
know the
you and
fight
Princess
I'm
Candy.
referring to.
Oh. No, Princess Candy and I, we're gonna be besties by the end of next summer, I'm telling you. But, no, I like making things for people, and, if I really, really like you, then I'm, again, kind of like with the bio argument, if I really like you and I know you well enough, then I can usually, figure out something cool to make. And so my absolute favorite one, I can't quite talk about on air yet because it hasn't arrived yet to the recipient. But it's super, like, I was so freaking excited. I'll share pictures with you guys after the show, but it's yeah. I hope he likes it.
Wait.
I think he will.
Is this the thing you sent me earlier?
No, this is no. I
Oh.
didn't make that one. I found
Okay.
that one and thought that person needed it because he does.
Yes,
but
that person does need
no,
that.
the thing that I'm talking about is something a little different.
Yeah, Bio, you need that. Oh crap! No.
Yeah, I need that, and then open it up. Like, oh yeah, it's
Another Asian doll.
no. I was thinking more like a gag or something. Like, yeah, I probably. need that.
Wait. Are you talking about a ball gag? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Killer.
we are not.
Behave yourself.
We are not.
I have behaved myself.
Anyway,
Roll the dice.
yes, roll the dice.
Come on, 20.
Roll that dice.
Give me a 20.
If it's an 8 or a 5, we're skipping.
18's close.
18? All right. Oh, if you were trapped in a Christmas movie other than A Christmas Story, which one would you choose?
Die Hard.
Elf.
Those are some immediate answers, and those are usually the most truthful ones. So I'm excited. Why Elf, Angie?
Because next to A Christmas Story, I have to say, Elf is the funniest Christmas movie I have ever seen. I watch that movie 100 times every year, and I laugh and cry like it's the first time I've seen it. I'm an absolute Elf nut.
That's fantastic. Killer, I think we all know why you want Die
We
Hard.
all know. Yeah, Die Hard. Although I found this hilarious picture I have to share with the chat. It's like, when I have my child, I will be doing this. It's my Christmas card. I swear to God I will.
Oh, wow. You're going to be staging Wolfie like that for next year.
No.
Brandon, what about you?
It'd have to be Christmas Vacation because I love Clark Griswold.
Good movie.
He gets that crazy eye when he's just like, no, we're gonna do this and we're gonna enjoy it.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Different movie, but still funny.
Yeah, still.
What about you, Bio?
I'm kind of stuck between Scrooged and It's a Wonderful Life. Because It's a Wonderful Life is an interesting tale of somebody who, wanted nothing more than to leave his I'm leaving this 2-bit town kind of thing, and
Get stuck there.
he's promised, like, oh, if you just wait for a little bit longer, your brother's gonna come back, and then he comes back and is like, oh yeah, I met a girl, and I'm gonna work at her father's place, and I'm not gonna take over the family business after all.
Yeah.
It's an interesting story. And then Scrooged, I just kind of liked Bill Murray's take on.
That was a great take on it.
Yeah.
I forgot he did that. Oh no, not that. Groundhog's Day. Never mind.
Okay, Janice, your turn. What movie?
Grinch. The real Grinch.
Really?
The animated Grinch.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yes. Oh, yes. Well, yeah. So I have to specifically state the animated Grinch because I mentioned the Grinch to somebody a few years ago, and
they thought the Jim Carrey movie.
They thought the Jim Carrey movie, which is an abomination, and
It
the
has its
small
moments.
child
Wow.
who was terrified of the Grinch because of the Jim Carrey movie had no idea
Oh,
that there was
no.
a cartoon version of it that was the original, and that made me sad inside. So I love the Grinch. My sister and I have a tradition of having the first Grinching the day after Thanksgiving, where we watch the Grinch together and we sing the Bahu song, and it's amazing. And this year we got to share the first Grinching with my friends, the Olive and Hacks, and they were entertained by the Grinch. I think they were more entertained with me, but I kept muting myself so that, all the best parts. Someday. But yes, I would definitely do the Grinch because I love Max, and he's just such an innocent, sweet little companion, and just, the Grinch is just kind of off his rocker, but Max just goes along with it anyway and helps him out, and in the end, the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. So there's that. It's
so
very
what I'm hearing, it's just like your life.
Somebody just wants
Baron's
to
your
fight after
Max.
the show.
That's what Baron is. Baron's your Max. He just goes along with it.
Poor Baron.
That's not entirely inaccurate, though. I mean,
And Dot Olive is just messing with you in the chat. He thinks that they should remake the cartoon Grinch movie with Jim Carrey as the voice actor. And some would say the Baroness died. 3
No,
times
Sam.
that day.
the first Grinching. You can watch The Grinch as many times as you want throughout the season, and many people do watch it again on Christmas Eve. But if you have the first Grinching on Christmas Eve, that means the entire holiday season you are Grinchless. So no, it's the day after Thanksgiving, no sooner, no later, and you sing the Bahu song.
Although I can understand why Baroness likes the animated one, and it has to, like with Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder can only be the person who's Willy Wonka. No one else. Johnny Depp, no. I don't care.
Johnny Depp's
Gene
Willy
Wilder.
Wonka's scary. Gives me
Well,
nightmares.
he's actually closer to the book, from my understanding, than Gene Wilder was. But come on, it's Gene Wilder. He's Willy Wonka. Angie, Brandon, you agree? Disagree?
The originals are always the best. It's just, with everything.
Gene Wilder's a legend. Can't go wrong with him.
See, now we can still be friends now. Thank you.
Wow.
Lord.
Word. Another roll?
Yeah, let's do one more.
One more? I can do one more. Come on,
Unless
20.
it's a short question, in which case.
Come on, 20. 4. God damn it.
Why are you...
I'm practicing for the D&D sessions, but one day, games we'll get to play when I have time.
All right, number 4. What is the weirdest Christmas Let me start that over. What is the weirdest Christmas tradition your family has?
I can't think of one.
We don't have any.
That's...
We don't have any weird ones.
When I grew up, my Christmas was actually the day after Thanksgiving. All of our family was from out of town, all over the country. So we'd come together for Thanksgiving. We'd have Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday, and literally overnight, my grandmother would transform her house into Christmas.
Wow.
They would show up, the red tablecloth on the dining room table, it would transition over, and then we'd go see Santa, and we'd go shopping, and we'd do our gift exchange. So, to me, Thanksgiving is always Christmas, and a lot of people think that's a little weird. But I don't get as excited for Christmas Day, because we never got together as a family on Christmas Day. That was kind of like your day to relax, chill, and enjoy your day off.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I understand that if there's only one time of the year that the entire family can be together, might as well knock out both Thanksgiving and Christmas since they're so close to each other.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's considered weird, but that's what I got.
Not too weird.
No, not at all.
Brandon?
No, I can't beat that.
Yeah, I don't think we can. No, I don't think anyone can beat
I
that.
don't think anyone can.
I think the only major Christmas tradition my family has is we have a Christmas Eve dinner with a couple of people. Always for the last 10 to 15 years we've had it. And we always have homemade calzones. So that's about the only...
Right. Yeah.
There's no story behind it. I mean, where did that come from?
Well, my dad was a military brat, and his dad got stationed in Italy for a couple of years, so they learned how to make pizzas, handmade pizzas back in Italy. And I'm really trying to remember when we first started it. It had to be in the middle of the 90s. That's all I can remember. I'm trying to remember if we made the dough by hand or not. He might have, but eventually they got a dough, bread maker machine, and they've had that for literally 15 years, and it still makes the dough every single time.
That is a cool story, though.
Yeah, I mean and they're big giant ones too. They cover the entire plate. They're not these dinky little things. So good, especially on Christmas Day for lunch.
All right, we're on our way to Oklahoma.
Road trip. I'm trying to think if we have any. I mean, we don't really have any weird ones unless you want to count the first Grinching, but that's more of a day after Thanksgiving thing.
It's still kind of a Christmas tradition.
Well, we have different traditions. So, like when we were growing up, my mom used to get each year she'd pick a different theme, but she would get each of us a Christmas ornament, and it was all like they were all different, but they were all like the same theme every year. So like one year she got us these little marshmallow snowmen on little, like one was on gingerbread skis and one was on a graham cracker sled, and I don't remember what my brother's was, but you know, she did that one year. One year she made bells. But every year growing up, like we got a different ornament, and we really got to the point where we really looked forward to that more than, you know, the actual presents. And the year after I finished college, was the first year that, you know, we all came back for Christmas and there weren't ornaments, and we were beside ourselves. We didn't know, like, it wasn't Christmas without the ornaments. We just came to look forward to it so much year after year. So we've taken it upon ourselves now to make ornaments or get little ornaments for our friends and kind of like spread the tradition outward a little bit.
Speaking of ornaments, I finally got to hang up the ornament you gave me last year.
Aww.
Yeah. It's in the very center of the tree.
As well it should be.
As it should be. Although, me and Princess Candy, of course, her mother's like, you know, Killer have to get, start doing your own little Christmas traditions. Like, I was like, we'll get some ornaments. How about that? It's like, okay, what ornaments do we want? South Park. South Park. So we got the South Park ones, cute little ones. So. Bio, any?
We need to get you a little leg lamp.
She loves that movie.
They have ornaments.
Major award.
Just saying.
Next year, I'll do that.
That's not
Hopefully,
a bad
she's not
idea.
watching this episode, so it will be a surprise for next year. One more.
Yeah, let's do one more, and then we'll do the lead-in for Baron.
All right, Bio, blow on it.
I'm not doing that.
Blow on it, man.
What kind of show is this?
Bone on those bones.
All right, Baroness.
Just if I blow into the microphone, then it's gonna blow out everybody's ears. So
No,
yeah,
it's not.
just.
She's kind of rearing back like she's
spit
gonna
at it.
have a big sneeze or something. I don't know.
7, lucky number.
7? All right.
There you go.
Oh, this is a good one. All right, you're walking down the street feeling great. What holiday song would be playing in the background?
Oh gosh. Probably "Baby It's Cold Outside." I keep finding myself singing that to myself.
But you know now that's triggering. That's a bad song.
not
I've heard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you listen to the lyrics.
That was our title of our show last week. Was
That
"Baby
was.
It's Cold Outside."
It's a good song,
It is.
however you want to interpret it. But it's 10 degrees right now in Cleveland, so it really is cold outside. So
I'm trying to find, because I listen to Pandora at work all the time, and there was a rendition of that song that was done where they switched the gender roles. So it was a guy trying to leave and the girl was keeping him. And I
That's
wish to
funny.
God I could find it. It was fantastic. I wish I could
That's kinda
find it.
cool.
Yeah, I can find it pretty quick.
So that I don't know which person sang it though, because I've listened to like 50 versions of that song in the last 2 weeks. So that is a good one. I like making up my own lyrics to "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year." I like that. So I would go with that one. What, Killer? You're shaking
I
your
can't
head
think
at
of
me.
any.
You can't think of any?
I can't.
I'm gonna have to go with Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
There you go.
I can see that.
You know, if that's the case, it's Christmas at Ground Zero. How about that? From Weird Al.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I know, Bile, you're the last. As always. What's it going to be?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't listen to that much Christmas music during this time of year. So I don't know. I have no answer to the shock of nobody in chat.
All right, so what I'm hearing is the entire Taylor Swift Christmas album is Bio's choice.
Is there such a thing? Because
So bad.
I'll take the answer just because.
What about Michael Bublé? Michael Bublé, we'll go with that.
Oh, Michael Bublé? Yeah.
Bublé, whatever. Whatever that guy's name is.
You were close. You were close.
Yeah. Oh wait, has Olive found it? I would laugh if Olive actually.
I don't know. I can't click the link until after we're off air, though, Olive. But that's why I keep the IRC thing going, so that I can do that. So I can save pictures of Bio dressed up in the suit.
Holy crap, this might be the one. Anyway, sorry. Focused. I'm focused.
You're not focused at all, but that's okay because it's just about time to let Baron take over for his all-night stream of Darkest Dungeon tonight. So, Brandon and Angie, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for coming by.
You
Thanks
guys
for
can
having us.
absolutely. You guys can learn more about the Christmas Story House at their website at christmasstoryhouse.com. For those of you who are coming to RivalCon next July, don't forget. The details for that are on our website, and we may, yes, be having a Christmas surprise of early registration for RivalCon this year, so we can do that thing. I don't even want to know what you two are laughing about.
No, I was just thinking of the old cartoon joke of, it's Christmas, yay, yay, and everyone starts getting in the mood, and someone looks at the calendar, it's the middle of July.
RivalCon happens just before Christmas in July, so, I mean, this could be a thing. Because we do have some out-of-country people who are planning on attending who keep asking me, hey, what should we do when we're in Cleveland? Well, maybe you should go to the Christmas Story House because it's open, and it's awesome.
And speaking of registration is open for the Christmas Story 5K, 10K for next year. So it's the first Saturday of December. So if anyone wants to get on that a little bit early bird registration's a little bit cheaper, and you can already start making your holiday plans for next year.
That's a great plan for Baron. That'd be awesome for Baron. Wouldn't it, Baron? That'd be great. Right, Baron? You're going to get that for him, for Baroness, right? That's his Christmas present for next year, right?
He's going to punch you the next time he sees you.
He's not going to remember.
I'll remind him. I'll put a Post-it note above his desk.
Every morning he's going to look up at the ceiling. Hit Killer when he shows up.
Just saying, you keep being naughty, Santa's not going to leave you presents under the tree. But anyway, so yes. So thank you all for hanging out. You can find out more about our shenanigans at our website at rivalcastmedia.com. Keep an eye on our Facebook and Twitter feed over the next week. We do have some interesting announcements coming up for the RCM New Year's extravaganza the weekend of December 30th. So stay tuned for that. Next week, Santa Claus himself will be on RCM On Tap, so make sure you've been nice all week. He will know. He's making a list and checking it 3 times. That's right. He's not
3 times, 4 times.
Nah, well, he's a little
cranky too.
He's a little cranky this year.
It's
so
2016.
Maybe hitting the rum before he gets in the studio.
He might I'd rather he hit that than hit, Grandma again. I don't know.
Don't hit the baby.
It was a rough year for Santa. So anyway, join us again next week. Stick around. Baron's up next, and from all of us here at RivalCast Media. Cheers.
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 Very